Hi kids. Today I'm going to tell you a very nice story about a fish seller and the goblin. The goblin wanted to eat all the fish that this fish seller had. But the fish seller was a very brainy fellow. He had lot of intelligence. So I'm going to tell you the story about how he fooled the goblin. Are you all ready to listen to this story? So once upon a time there was a fishmonger. What did he do? He had two oxen and he used to load his cart and he used to load his cart with fish. And what fish do you think he took? He took the fish called mackerel. He loaded his cart with fish and he used to go to the market and his ox used to take him to the market. He used to sell all the fish in the market and get back home by evening. So on this similar day, what did the fish seller do? He loaded his cart with mackerel and he started going into the woods. Hey, hey. As he was going, there was a hungry goblin waiting in the woods to see who would come by and who can give him food. So this hungry goblin looked at the cart full of fish and said, "This is the food for me." And it came behind, running behind the cart and said, "I'm going to come to your cart now and eat up all your fish." So this ox driver, the fishmonger, got very scared. He said, "Shoo, shoo, shoo, go away, goblin, shoo, 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 go away, goblin, go away, goblin." And he picked up one fish and threw it like that. So the goblin quickly caught the fish and it ate the fish. But the goblin was still hungry. The fish was not enough. One fish was not enough for the goblin. So the goblin said, "I'm going to come to your cart now to eat up all the fish." So the ox driver got very angry, the fishmonger. He said, "Shoo, shoo, shoo, go away, goblin, go away, goblin, don't come to my cart, don't come to my cart." And he picked up another fish and threw it at the back. The goblin caught the fish and ate it up. But the goblin was still hungry. The fish was not enough for the goblin. So what the goblin did? It came from behind and one by one picked up all the fish and ate up all the fish in the cart. There was not even one small fish left. All the fish the goblin ate up. Then it said, "Hey, fishmonger, ox driver, I have eaten up all the fish. So I'm going to come to your cart now and eat up the oxen." And the fishmonger got really scared. He said, "Oh, what will I do? What will I do?" He quickly jumped down from the cart and started running full speed. He ran into the woods. And then the goblin came, got onto the cart and ate up both the oxen. But was his hunger over? No, the goblin was still hungry. He said, "Oh, you fishmonger, ox driver, I'm going to catch you and eat you now." And the goblin came running to catch this fishmonger. But this fishmonger climbed up onto a tree and sat on the branches. And below that tree there was a lake, very still lake. So this fishmonger, the tree he had climbed had got no leaves at all. So his reflection was seen in the lake. This goblin thought, "There you go, there you go. You thought you could hide from me? There you go, I'm going to catch you." And the goblin jumped into the lake. As soon as the goblin jumped into this lake, this fishmonger, no, he was a very clever fellow. He jumped down from the tree and went running as fast as he could into the woods, deeper into the woods. And there he saw a pretty cottage. He thought, "Wow, This is the place I would like to hide. And he walked into the cottage and he looked everywhere. And he thought, where can I hide? And he saw an attic. He said, wow, this is the place I would like to hide. And he climbed onto the attic and lay down. It so happened, who do you think that house belonged to? Can you guess? It belonged to the goblin. So the goblin, after falling into the water, all fully drenched and wet and shivering with cold, came back home. He said, oh no, I am so hungry. I am going to bake some cakes now to eat it all up, he said. The goblin started kneading the dough, beating the eggs, then adding sugar, putting essence. He mixed and she mixed and he mixed. Finally, took out one nice tray and started baking the cakes. So when the goblin started baking the cakes, the smell of the cakes, how was it? When your mama bakes cakes, how does the house smell? So the entire goblin's house was smelling so yummy. And this fishmonger's tongue was watering because he wanted to eat the cakes. So what did the goblin do? The goblin said, hey, there's about 45 minutes for my cake to bake. Let me take a small nap. And the goblin lay down and went off to sleep. This fishmonger found a big stick on the attic. He picked it up, opened the oven, poked one cake. He picked it up and ate it. Then slowly he poked into another cupcake and he ate it. Soon all the cupcakes in the oven were over. Then the goblin got up and said, who ate my cupcakes? I made it with so much difficulty. Who ate my cupcake? Then this fishmonger thought, what do I tell the goblin? If she knows I'm hiding here and I have eaten the cupcakes, I am doomed. So he said, fire god, fire god, fire god, fire god. So the goblin said, oh no, if the fire god has eaten the cupcake, I can't do anything about it. And the goblin walked up and down into the room and said, I need to find a warm place to sleep. So as the goblin was wandering, this fishmonger picked up a lot of blankets and put it into a wooden chest that was there in the goblin's house. Then the goblin finally stopped and said, wow, that box looks real cozy. I think I should sleep in that box. So the goblin got into the box and in the warm cozy blanket, closed his eyes and went off to sleep. Now the fishmonger, what did he do? He slowly got down from the attic, closed the box, put a lock and ran back home. He had escaped the goblin, and the goblin would never come into the town to look for him. So wasn't he a clever ox driver and a fishmonger? So at times, we have to think like the ox driver and the fishmonger to get out of our difficult times.